difficulties just happen.
Yeah. Okay, it's up. But yeah, it's just a no.
Yeah, I get you.
Okay. Yeah, it's probably gonna drop again. I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't even seen the video pop up yet. Oh, here it is.
Okay. Watch this hoe dropping in. Okay, how the fuck did I do this? The map's like half useless. I can't blow that up. Okay, I want to use here.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. Where is this? Get down the fucking wall. Oh, right. Oh. Let me see if I can. Oh, fuck y'all. Get your ass over here and let me rip your wings off. Shit. Not in the mood for this. Fuck no. Alright. So, as y'all were saying, sorry about that, y'all. Technical difficulties. Had a internet clusterfuck there. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah, had an internet clusterfuck. I don't know what the fuck it wants to do tonight. Area is filled with fucking water. Can I go around it? No. But no, as y'all were saying about Assassin's Creed, y'all saying it was it's like all these different aspects of the open world that made it great.
Yeah, like I was saying before we got cut off, it just takes bits and pieces from some of the best open world Western RPGs that have come out for the past probably 2 years or so. And yeah, it's kind of just been put together to make one really good game. Actually a really great game from the time I put in it so far. And there's just so much to do in there. Like, even though I've been playing the game for probably I guess you would consider probably like 2 full days almost. Well, maybe not 2 full days, but I would say probably getting close to like 20 hours.
Okay.
Did your controller get disconnected?
Yeah. For some, I don't know what the fuck is going on tonight. This PS4 is on it. I really want to smash the shit out of it right now, but unfortunately we can't do that. But no, as you were saying, as before you were. But go ahead.
Yeah. What was I saying? Oh, just about the influence. You can just definitely tell that Ubisoft did their homework. I mean, their recreation of Egypt is spot on. Every little town and area has its own unique feel and culture to it. So nothing really feels like it's been copied and pasted. They really took their time with all the little attention to details and really bringing the communities to life. So that's why, like, the side quests that usually, when you think about side quests in RPGs, they're just practically fetch quests. Someone's missing something, whether it be an item or a husband or just some kind of material. But the way they do their side quests in Assassin's Creed Origins is that it really ties into the overall main campaign. So you get to meet, some reputable people and figures in these communities, and they're kind of all tied into the general story of the game. So I thought that was really cool, which makes doing side quests much more engaging and actually kind of addictive. Like, I haven't even really done much of the main quest because I've just been so fascinated with the side quests. So
is it really that good?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that it's as good as like The Witcher 3, but it's definitely, the way they tell their stories, it's good enough to keep you interested. Like, most side quests are usually an afterthought, but you can really tell they took their time into creating some very interesting side characters and just being able to tell how their story really connects to the overall theme of ancient Egypt and ancient Greece as well.
The fact that they put that much time into the side quest is phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, there's a shit ton of side quests in every area you go to.
Damn, bro. Fucking, I'm gonna blow myself up. Hey.
Yeah, but it can get, pretty easy to lead into playing, extensive RPGs are, I think, more than likely going to be overwhelmed by how much content is in the game, and it may turn them off to a degree because they have the game set up as far as level discrepancies that you're not going to be able just to run through the main campaign, you're actually going to be forced to go through the majority of these side quests in order to get stronger. You can, like, it's like a Breath of the Wild, like, if you want to go straight to the game, you can, but it wouldn't exactly be wise to do it, so you're really going to put yourself at a disadvantage doing it. I mean, you can go to the main campaign if you want, but you can't come back to the game successfully. Virtually impossible.
Barely got out of that cave with 3 hearts and no master sword. Yeah, definitely not.
The fact that people actually did it and survived.
I mean, yeah, sure. If you want to go, be hardcore with it, then fine. But I just feel like a lot of people just do that to prove that they're so badass. I didn't think mine scored around
Okay.
It's a battle of your thoughts.
Hey, bitchy. like hardcore. Sometimes people just want to casually game. Sometimes others just want to do their own thing. Yeah. Some for everybody.
I don't think this open world like origin shooters and even for someone probably explored a lot of
Fuck.
it's definitely feels that's what I just feel like. Where to go. It's so much fun.
It's overwhelming as fuck.
Yeah, at the same time, I it's more like going through these pervasive stories past and because
Well put. So is like the discovery thing in the game, or
what do you mean?
like that discovery tour thing where it's like you can use it to learn about ancient Egypt, a lot of other shit.
Yeah, like there's always like you find like documents a lot of places in the game and it tells you like type of goddesses who they worship, all types of mythology about Egypt and all these kinds of stories that you probably would not know unless you've done your
research.
study on it. Yeah, there's a lot of things I didn't know. So it's definitely fun to be able to learn how culture is.
I have to get that a fucking look.
Yeah, and it also provides insight into some of the internal politics that was going on during that time of Ptolemy II and Cleopatra, as well as the invasion of Greece with actually during the game, Alexander the Great is already dead, but you're still able to go to Alexandria and look at how his efforts have affected these areas, and Cleopatra trying to get back to being the pharaoh after having been exiled by Ptolemy II, who was actually her husband and her brother. But yeah, it's just interesting just seeing just how everything just ties into each other, and seeing how Bayek and how his story
Sounds amazing. Like, this is one of them games you don't skip out in this generation.
It's definitely worth
Oh. I'd have to make time for that bitch.
And also, if you have the patience to go around this gigantic world and explore every nook and cranny of it, then
like you did with Breath of the Wild.
yeah, I just feel like this Breath of the Wild is definitely not as extensive as Origins is, and obviously the story in Origins, since it ties so much to history, it's a lot more green, and it's still the same kind of environment. This huge open world where you can go right, left, and just there's not really any right or wrong way to go. Obviously, you're not gonna, obviously gonna try to avoid meeting with bandits incredibly higher level than you are doing side quests that obviously your skill, like your level set yet. But it doesn't mean that you can't explore the area around it. You just have to be so careful not to run into shit that'll kill you.
Like lions and shit.
Well, it depends. A lot of areas are different. A lot of areas are just focused on there's crocodiles, hippos, I mean, it just depends. Every area has a different,
Sounds like I'd literally be spending time fucking trying to kill shit way out in the wild.
Oh yeah, I mean, definitely it's necessary for you to kill animals if you want to, you know, craft materials that will enhance your health, enhance his tool capacities and all that. You have to. It's not only for fun, but definitely for necessity.
Ooh.
And these areas, they have treasures as well that contain very rare weapons, for as far as like swords and shields and bow and arrow and armor. So you're definitely rewarded for having to undergo these in these dangerous areas. You know, they give you purpose as far as if you do survive, then you'll definitely be rewarded for your efforts.
Nice. Make that shit
I mean,
tremble.
it's definitely a game that I can see people probably having over 200 hours invested to easily.
Yep.
That's more than Persona too.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, like I said, I mean, the idea of that for people who are used to playing games that you have to invest over 100 hours to, I mean, you would be excited for something like this. Now, someone who isn't used to playing games that are this long may not exactly be turned on to it.
Get out of my way, all of you.
So, Brian, do you think that you will be able to finish Persona like sometime by next weekend, Saturday or Sunday?
Depends if I don't have some other shit to do, but I can foresee that happening.
I mean, if you guys want, I guess you can kind of split, like, I guess you can split the 75 into two. So, like, we can discuss everything that happened from the beginning of the game up until, I guess, the events of the casino and after it. And then we can talk about, I guess, the ending of it whenever you finish it.
Okay.
Yeah. Something you guys want to do.
Yeah, very cool.
Okay. Kind of thinking, where do we start?
You said, where do we start?
Yeah, I mean, I guess we can start with Kamoshida, seeing as Kamoshida was the first Alex.
Oh. That nigga.
Well, I guess we can actually just talk about the characters first, like who you like, who you don't like.
Yeah, let's go with that, yeah. That nigga's trash, bro.
Stupid as
I guess we can start with the members of the Phantom Thieves. Who's in your top 5 as far as
for me, definitely be Akira on Ryuji, Morgana.
Okay, so who's your favorite out of those? What do you like about it, Kira?
I definitely like his. I mean, I know they don't have like that dialogue like the other characters do, but I suppose him being this leader that everybody looks up to, he's so passionate about the fans of people. So you really want to hear him say it. And I feel like through the game you can definitely tell it's his whole that really makes their bond just so much more cool. How everybody just kind of thanks him for, kind of bringing them together and stuff. So I feel like he does a lot for being a character that doesn't talk. I like that about him. He looks like the dependent type, which is nice.
Alright, Brian, who's in your top 5?
Top 5. First one is gonna be, I like Akira. Yeah, basically because you can implant like what type of person he could be. It's obvious what he is, and the whole he talks, but I guess you don't really get to hear that as much because there are times like in the cutscenes where you can hear him faintly, but not as much as you would like. But either way, it's nice to at least know he has a voice and a personality. You know what I'm saying? He's not something where you have to put something. You implant a personality on him based on the stuff you do, but it's not all the way drowned in that. Get me? Yeah. Let's see. Number 2. The 2 spot goes to Ryuji Sakamoto for those obvious reasons, and I love that nigga. That nigga is me. Well, one of me. Plus, I like how he
so
just...
you're saying that you're more like Ryuji over Yusuke?
I think I'm just both, because Ryuji has that blunt, open mouth shit where he can say one thing and be like, damn, did I just say that? Or, set somebody off. And, like, he could just say it and everybody be like, why would you say that? And I was like, oh. Because he has that pervy side to him. It's like, which, all characters do. Let's see, number 3 is gonna be Yusuke. Y'all know why. The nigga's an artist. He has ways I can commute with. I will hang out with that nigga. That's like my first man crush. Huh?
Dramatic as fuck.
That nigga's very extra and I'm here for it. Like, he uses all these different methods and looks at it in the most oversimplified way. I'm just like, my nigga, it's not that serious. But at the same time, I've done the same thing, so it ain't shit. Plus, he just seems like somebody fun I can handle. Like, let's go people watching. Who the fuck goes people watching? Unique type shit. Like, not afraid to go outside the normal. That's one thing I like about him.
Well, I think we can all agree that all artists are eccentric in their own way. So.
Yeah.
Well, that's definitely for sure. I mean, anyone who's in any creative field, I mean, they definitely march to a different beat than most people. So
Yes.
that's what makes them unique.
Let's see, number 4. I gotta think about that. Well, I guess number 4 will go to An, simply because of the fact that she's best waifu, for one thing, and I'm gonna be real, I thought she was gonna be bland, but she turned out to be a whole lot more full of life than I thought she would be, and I'm honestly happy about that. And it's like, you see her struggle, and it's just like, the thing I like about her is she's like, I see and watch the TV shows with all the villains and superheroes. I always would secretly root for the villains, because they'd always come back, they'd never give up. And I'm like, that's a real good way of looking at it. Plus she has all that stuff that she's trying to balance. It's just like, she's real, like as Judy said. Plus it don't hurt she fine as shit. I wonder if my man Yusuke want to paint her nude. I'm still thinking it's on the aesthetic side of shit, but
I don't think that's the only thing he wants to do.
Oh god. It seems sort of oblivious to me in that type of field. I mean, like, the nigga looked innocent with his motives.
I never thought that Yusuke was innocent.
That's
That was the last thing I thought.
Not so much innocent, but like naive in a sort of way.
I don't really consider him being naive either. Yeah, exactly. He knew exactly what he was doing. Everything that he was saying and all that, that was just a routine. That was an act.
Routine? Oh my god.
Man, he wanted those pigtails just like every other guy.
Oh
Come
my
on.
god.
Yusuke wanted that. He wanted it. Slick ass. You know, he thought he was gonna get it the artistic way. We know you.
Oh my goodness. Regardless, he is still best husband, even after that.
Yusuke is the best.
Yeah. Of course.
He wasn't undercover.
Oh my god. Don't say it like that, undercover parent.
It's true. He's a teenage boy. What do you expect?
Wow.
He ain't special. He has hormones just like everybody else.
True. You know, there was a point in me that honestly thought he was gay at some point.
I never understood why people thought that. Like, you could immediately tell from the get-go that he was attracted to mom. I don't know how people missed that shit. I don't know. People are either retarded or I don't know.
Because of the way he was talking, he was like, "I like the. I'm not here for the I'm not here for the booty. I'm here for the aesthetic proportions and shit. Like, I just want to do it because I think she would make a good model. Because I mean, you have people like that who are not sleazy.
I mean, sure. At first, it was like, you know, when you saw like way more of the dialogue, you could tell Yusuke was attracted to An. It was obvious. I mean,
That's true. That is true, because like there was that time where she was in all them layers of clothing.
Yeah, I mean, I still, you could tell. Yeah, he was thinking as an artist, but he was also thinking as a teenager.
Yeah, I get you. That's true. Let's see who else. Who did I say? I said Yusuke was number 4, right? Let me see. No, because I said Ann too. On, excuse me.
Yeah, but that was number 4.
The fuck? Oh. What's this we were talking about for my number 3 spot? Either way, that's 4 out of. That's 4. Let's see. For the 5th one? I don't think I have a 5th one. Cause like, Haru is cute. And you know, I really like her persona thing she's got going on. Like the whole elegant lady vibe, high class and shit. She has a little bit of a sadist vibe going for it. Yeah. And I think that's about it. She doesn't really have much to her. Then, you know,
Looks like she played you again.
Makoto doesn't have pretty much. It's out of it goes. There's Kechi. Nah. How about Kechi? Like, at first I thought he was cool. I realized I forgot about her, remembered her last, because she should have been in the number 2 spot because. Let's be real. I love Futaba. She's clutch, she's funny, she's smart as shit, but I don't think she knows about adult things, I would say. Maybe, I don't know. But she honestly comes off as that little sister I want to take out and get pizza and play laser tag with every day. And want to protect. But yeah, I love her. Yeah, all around great character. Inner struggles, everything. And that's like, then she turned into like one of the most important members of the Phantom Thieves. And I'm like, see, if you didn't scan this map and then give me these buffs, I'm pretty fucking sure I'd be dead. So yeah, you use on a high spot, plus your character is interesting.
I knew Futaba was gonna be, you know, incredibly badass the minute her palace came to me. Like, I knew she was gonna be.
Come here, bitch. But yeah, those are my top 5. Let me see if I can work this.
Okay, for me, not in any particular order, but number 1 would be Akira. That's what we were talking, saying that he doesn't exactly say much. Well, that's because every protagonist in the Persona series is a silent protagonist, so that's why you have the options of picking exactly how the protagonist responds in their dialogue. So you can be serious, you can be nasty, you can be comical. It's just basically how exactly you want to portray the main protagonist. But overall, I just thought that Akira had a really great story about, you know...
Oh, definitely.
Think of how you ran into Shido in the first place, as far as, you know, seeing that this couple in his hometown is having an argument and he's completely drunk and, you know, forcing himself onto her, calling her a bitch, this, that, and the third, and, you know, just deciding to step in to help her out, and of course, unfortunately, it backfires to the point where he's arrested, charged with aggravated assault, and so his life is pretty much ruined. But has an opportunity to, you know, redeem himself, even though he didn't do anything wrong, but still he was finally able to do something about being able to clear his name, but also at the same time be able to help people in Tokyo and basically assist the general public in gaining their own sense of individuality and being comfortable in their own skin, which kind of just plays along with the full tarot cards, being someone who's able to maneuver with different people and to inspire and motivate, and that definitely helps in making him an effective leader of the Phantom Thieves. It just only made sense for him to be the leader. But yeah, he's definitely a great main character from top to bottom. Don't really have any issues with him at all. Second, I would have to say Futaba. Futaba's palace for me is what really set the permanent mark in my mind that Persona 5 was going to be like one of the greatest games ever. I mean, that was like the major turning point. Even though the events of Kamoshida's palace and Madarame and meeting everyone else definitely made it a very enjoyable game, but once I got to Futaba's palace and seeing everything that happened to her and the incidents with her mother and her own self-blame and self-hatred and how her palace just played out, that definitely was an unforgettable moment for me that I think is probably like in one of my, I guess, like top video game moments ever and levels period. I definitely like I love how shy she is, so it's like when you first meet her and she kind of starts to break out of her shell, how she always, you know, runs behind Akira when someone new comes into the room. I thought that was really cute, how she always, you know, hides behind him and looks for him as support. I love her relationship with Sojiro and how, you know, Sojiro, you know, took her in as his own daughter. But of course, when you first meet Sojiro, he kind of comes off as the aggressive, kind of cold shoulder kind of guy, like, you know, you're causing so much trouble, don't give me any problems, you know, just, you know, keep your head down, don't bother me. But as you play through the game, you see how he starts to open up and how he really cares for Futaba. And that definitely, the way they show their relationship is really nice. Of course, the best romance option in the game, in my opinion. I love the fact that what we've already talked about before is that she's just so genuine and real. I mean, she doesn't exactly have any kind of major tropes that would, I guess, attract most people who are fans of Persona. She's not a student council president like Makoto, so she's not a genius like Futaba. She's not, extremely like wealthy coming from a major rich class like Haru, but she has street smart, and that's kind of an underrated feature, I think, as far as how she's able to read people, how she's able to easily interact with people, whether it's the members of the Phantom Thieves, whether it's Ghosts, or whether it's just efficient. She's always able to maintain the situation. And I like the fact that even though that she is the character that's kind of like most utilized for fan service, she hates to be objectified. So anytime, well, there was that one instance where they go to the beach and she's in the bikini, and then he sees her and he has like a popsicle and sticks up like it's an erection. That was like one of the funniest moments, but she didn't like, she don't like defensive, like, oh my god, what the fuck are you looking at? She actually looks at him and laughs and, plays him about it, so that definitely, I was happy to see that kind of response that she actually just didn't do the whole typical, don't objectify you like that, what are you doing, how dare you, so that was, let's see, who else do we have? Ryuji.
My nigga.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I guess that most people, I kind of like I've seen polls for people who have like who they consider to be their favorite characters in the game, and unfortunately, Ryuji is always like down towards the bottom for some reason. I just don't understand why. Ryuji doesn't exactly have a great appeal, in the fact that, he's the best bro of Akira. I mean, I guess I can somewhat understand because Ryuji is obsessed with kind of gaining fame and stardom from being a member of the Phantom Thieves, and a lot of issues as far as the Phantom Thieves almost blowing their cover because he's just so loosely talking about them being Phantom Thieves and wanting to be basically like rock stars to a degree. So I mean, but still, even then, his overall characterization, just as a person, I think is just very interesting. Consider the fact of everything that he had to go through from being a Star Trek. A track runner, and then having to run into Kamoshida, and Kamoshida ends up breaking his leg and then saying that it was for self-defense. So not only is he not able to run anymore, but then the school doesn't have their track team anymore. The track team resents him for his actions because they look at him as being selfish, because they were all having to take shit from Kamoshida, but Ryuji was just the only one who was willing to retaliate. And even though you understand where he was coming from, unfortunately, on the bigger scale, having to lose everything like that, it's a hard pill to swallow. So seeing everything that Ryuji had to go through, and then still at the end of the day finding something that he was able to use in order to feel like he truly had his place in society. It was definitely great seeing that maturation process for Ryuji from the beginning of the game towards the end. But he still, he keeps his bluntness, he keeps his attitude, and he's extremely emotional. But I think that's just a strong character trait he brings to the Phantom Thieves, and yeah, Ryuji, he's just dope, man. He really is.
You got character development a little late.
And then, 5, I would have to say Yusuke. Seeing... okay. Seeing Yusuke, especially after the events of Kamoshida's Palace, because that was just such a high, and then having to kind of come back down to a degree and dealing with Madarame and being introduced to Yusuke. It was just kind of just interesting to see just, you know, a true serious issue that artists have to deal with, especially struggling artists, because when you make the decision to devote yourself to your creativity, more times than not, money doesn't exactly just come falling into your hands. I mean, you have people who struggle for years and sometimes even decades before they finally have an opportunity to really cash in on the work they put in. And then you have some people who don't make a dime from their art because you've had people who've exploited them, who put them in very bad contracts and use all this kind of documentation to exploit and rob them. So that's a serious issue that people who are creative have to deal with when it comes to their art. And, you know, just seeing how someone like Madarame, who on the surface, you know, it looks like he's doing this somewhat charitable thing. You know, he's able to provide food, water, and shelter for these young, struggling artists and give them, you know, a haven to work on their craft. But at the same time, he's manipulating them, actually taking their work and plagiarizing in order for it to fame and victory. So, seeing how Yusuke was being caught up in that web, and he knew it all along, but at the same time, he didn't exactly want to throw Madarame under the bus like that, because he did, you know, come and take him in after the events of what happened to his mother, as tragic as that was. But, yeah, it was just interesting to finally see Yusuke, you know, accept his persona and accept the truth for what it was, and, you know, just his overall development. I mean, I kind of wish that Yusuke was kind of given more screen time. Well, there's actually a lot of characters who deserve more screen time. You know, An kind of gets left behind after the first palace, Yusuke with the second palace, because of course everything, once Makoto comes into the picture, everything just revolves around her. So a lot of those characters who came in before her really had to suffer, and then of course Haru had to suffer because she was the last character to come into the story. So she wasn't exactly given that much screen time, unfortunately, but yeah, Yusuke's awesome, and I love the kind of brother-sister relationship you have with Futaba, and they're always talking shit to each other and trying to fight, so that's a really cool dynamic I like. But as far as probably my favorite character out of the group, I would have to say Akira. I mean, I love when he, you know, I love Joker more than Akira, because Akira's just kind of, yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah, how you choose his dialogue, because I like to make him, like, sarcastic and sassy, because I think it's just makes for a funnier response from the other characters in the game. But Joker's awesome. He definitely has those elements of Lupin the Third that I like when he makes that transformation. So, yeah, Akira is my favorite member of the fantasy.
Hey.
Very well said.
Okay, so I guess now we can go on the flip side. Who's the character that you hate the most? I think we all probably have the same answer when it comes to the fantasies. No, just the fantasies. Who's your least favorite?
Not a catcher.
Oh, that was easy as fuck. I didn't even have to think about that one.
I was like, what about a catchy? He gets no hate.
Alright, let's just go ahead into the Makoto one. What are the major issues that you have with
Yeah.
Her hair.
Really.
I don't like her hair, fam. I don't like it. It's one of those like really cliche kind of hairstyles that should make her look like this cute preppy girl. I hate it. I don't like it. It's tasteless. Her hair looks dry.
Oh my
I'm really sad
god.
of it. She's so plain to me. You know, like I don't even hate her. You know, it's just she just doesn't give me that.
What is there to hate?
I just feel like, you know, well, like I said, I hate her hair, but
Wow.
her personally, I don't know. Like I said, she doesn't feel like she's earned her place in the Phantom Thief like every other character has. I felt like hers was such an easy pass, and it still irks me. You know, like they gave her this really cool persona. I love her persona, it's dope. But I'm like, did she really deserve such a cool persona for such a weak ass backstory? No, I personally don't think so. I think they definitely tried to push Akira and her into this whole romance aspect. I didn't fuck with that at all. They gave them way too many scenes together. I didn't feel it. It's another thing. I just wanted to make her just like that important girl.
They did way too much for her.
Yeah, you know, I just feel like it's such a. She's like such a little Miss Perfect, you know, and this whole like, yeah, like I've spent so much time, you know, kissing ass and studying that I never actually went outside to the park or some shit.
What the fuck?
I don't know. It's kind of lame. I'm not a fan, so no. She's a cool girl in her own way. Okay, you know, battle-wise, she's probably one of my favorites to use all the time. She was probably always
One of the
on
best.
my team. Yeah, she really was though. She was clutch. Like that final boss, she literally saved my life because had it not been for her, I would have died trying to fight that boss. But yeah, she's dope as Queen. I think as
Queen is
Makoto.
dope, but Makoto isn't. I feel you.
So, Brian, what do you
It's like when I first saw her, I was like, oh wow, she's gorgeous. Like she has big thighs, she's big. Then when I saw her Phantom Thief outfit, I was like, damn. But then, like Judy said, I'm sitting here. Wait, did he get kicked out? I'll wait for him to come over. We need him. I'll just make it tremble. Okay, you good?
Yeah.
But no, it's like, the first time I saw her, I was like, you know, at first I thought she was a bitch. Because I was like, why are you in my business all the time? Then, you know, after I put her in her place, and then she went to Kanashiro's palace, and she unlocked her persona, I was like, oh my god, she's bad. Then, you know, as I started going through the game, I was like, the more and more I did, the more and more I hated her. And I'm like, what do you have to offer? Like, you don't have anything to be sad. Like, why do they have you're not worth that? That's what I think they should have done. Because at least she would have a struggle deal with that will awaken her persona, you know? I mean, it is her sister, and that's the reason she did, you know. Wait, where? But no, her, she just, it's like what Judy